small, subtle ways that I have adopted that made me financially free. If you are in your 20s, this message is for you. 1. Before upgrading my lifestyle, I upgraded my investments and savings. Many people, when they get extra cash, the first thing that comes to their mind is to upgrade their lifestyle, whether it's clothing, cars, or house. I decided to take the unpopular road of putting the extra money into investments. I am reaping the greatest dividend from that decision. 2. Learning to sit with the money. If you feel uncomfortable with money and can't wait to spend all of it because you fear that if you don't spend it on the things that you have planned for, you might lose it, it's about time that you learned how to be comfortable with money. Make a deliberate decision to have money with you before paying your bills or anything else. Make it a point to put money in a place that you easily access for a few days. Every morning and evening, take it out, hold it, smell it as you count it slowly, saying your gratitude for having it. Then release it into the universe for it to circulate and come back to you multiplied. This exercise may seem silly, but what it does to your brain is, it makes you feel safe with money. That money is a good tool that brings joy and comfort to your life. This releases resistance, therefore you keep on attracting more and more into your life. 3. I can get it later mentality versus I can't afford it. This mentality helped me move from thinking that I can't afford it to I don't have to buy everything all at once, I can come back and get it later. So, no matter what I desire, I always tell myself I can get that later. With this thinking, it forces me to think how I can make money to buy that thing, versus thinking I can't afford it and closing the mind of possibilities of having it. This kind of thinking expands your thinking to how you can get your desires met versus crossing your mind to you can't afford it. 4. Life is about readjusting yourself and reassessing your priorities. I began assessing what was urgent and important for me other than what others said it should be important. I also began only doing the things that would yield more value to me within a short time versus doing it all by myself. Basically learning to delegate more and trusting in other people's capabilities. 5. Put in the work versus waiting for someone to save me. For several years, I was that person who looked at others and believed they could save me and offer me things, only to feel disappointed and complained if they didn't. I realized high achievers look for collaborators, not someone who look at them as a savior or looking for a handout. No one wants to be responsible for other, especially if it's an adult who is very capable of achieving whatever they set their mind to. It's very draining to someone when they have to keep pushing you. You become a burden to them and to society. Give up complaining and pointing fingers and instead, look for ways that you can change your life and put in work. Your life is dependent on you. No one can change your life until you make a commitment to change it yourself. 6. Seek financial knowledge, upgrade the information that is in your mind. Instead of scrolling mindlessly on social media, spending hours consuming content that does not add any value to my life, I began clicking on channels where they teach valuable information. If you want to change your life, you will have to change the information that you consume. Different information equals to different thinking. When you think different, then you create different life for yourself. 7. Meditation. I began creating time for meditation in the mornings and before I fell asleep. This quieting of the mind for several minutes a day and meditating helped me to focus on my goals and think clearly. 8. Affirmations. I began listening and repeating empowering affirmations to myself that gradually changed my thinking and how I view life and success. 9. Making a conscious thought of choosing positivity over fear and pessimism. When I'm faced with a situation that before, the first response would be fearful or pessimist thoughts. These days, I pause and ask myself, is this situation bad or is it my perception? Or is it true that something bad is going to happen or has happened? Do I have enough information to deem this situation negative or bad? By pausing to evaluate the situation, other than going to worry, frightful mode, it has helped me to be much calmer, eliminate a lot of worry and fearful thoughts, and began to trust more in myself and the universe. 10. choosing every day to push forward despite what I was facing. Not every day you will wake up and feel motivated. In fact, some days you will feel that you don't want to get out of bed. Keep reminding yourself why you are doing what you are doing. This will give you the courage to push on. 11. Prioritizing and choosing myself, my dreams and goals. I began prioritizing myself and my goals, and things changed for me. I decided that I am important, and so is my dreams. Before I pour on another, I made sure I was full myself. This eliminated the resentment and feelings that others didn't not value me and they were taking advantage of my time, energy, and money. I began showing up when I could, when I wanted to, and not because I had to. And when I showed up, I was there 100%, giving 100% because I did it from my heart, not from being forced and feeling helplessness. 12. Focusing on self-growth. I began putting in work to grow mentally through reading books, listening to podcasts and YouTube videos, doing the meditation and affirmations, and also taking time to practice on the information I got, not just consuming it. 13. Sticking on my goals even when I couldn't see how they would materialize and not giving up on them. 14. Learning to sit with fear and letting myself feel the fear. Then learning how to deal with it head-on, other than letting it push me around. 15. Willingness to take risk. I began to venture out of my comfort zone. I began doing scary things that would push me beyond my comfort zone. This led me to grow further and faster. 16. Willingness to be different. I allowed myself to let people think of me different. I stopped caring what others thought of me and what they would say about me. I only create time for things that add value to me, make me money or happy. I don't make time for something, spend my money, time, or energy to something if it's not of any value to me and will help me grow, even if it's what everyone else is doing. 17. Giving up my leisure and comfort zone. In the last 2 years, I have almost a zero social life. Many a times, in the weekend or evenings, you find me working on my craft, and when I take some time off, it's for a little while. I decided to focus on building my dream life and my self-growth for a few years, sacrificing my leisure for a lifetime of benefits. I understand this is not something that everyone may be willing to do, but I decided it's better to be busy rich than broke with time on your hands wondering what to do with it. 18. Believing in the power of compound effort. I saw the value in the $30 that I was able to save at the beginning. It wasn't much, but I saw it as one step to the right direction, and from that commitment I have invested much more in time. 19. Trusting in myself. I began building trust in myself by keeping the promises and commitments that I had promised myself. If I said to myself I would save and invest a certain amount of money, that is what I did. This helped me to see myself as capable of achieving my dreams. 20. Learning to be silent and making my moves quietly. I began to love and enjoy silent achievements. Very few people know what I does with my time and my life. I don't feel the pressure to perform or be someone I'm not. Therefore, I work on my goals however I see fit, and live my life however I choose, and in my own terms. 21. Gave up seeking validation from others, and started to validate myself and learning how to celebrate my small wins. This is almost the same as the previous, but learning to validate yourself removes the pressure to fit in with others, therefore gives you room to become whomever you choose to be without the worry of what others might think and say about you. 22. Learning to be alone and enjoying my own company. This gives me time to think about my life and my goals. This removed distractions and muted the unnecessary noise and unsolicited advice which mostly moves you away from your goals and dreams. 23. Recognizing the journey that I'm in is my own, therefore making a commitment to myself that I would see it through. I decided that I would succeed no matter what, no matter how long it would take me. I was and still am willing to do anything and give up anything that inhibit my success. 24. Be willing to give up the old thinking and embrace the new thinking of the person I was becoming. 25. Be willing to look crazy, stupid, and uncool. I decided to take the unpopular route and chase a dream that only I could see. It did not matter what anyone thought and said. I had a dream, and that was enough for me. Now people ask for my advice where before they laughed and thought that I was uncool and naive. Be willing to be unique, unpopular, and uncool and doing things in unorthodox way. You will never do something of value if all you do is follow the crowd. Be you, be different, and life will reward you with a life which others can only dream of. That's all I had for you today. Thank you for watching. If you liked today's message, remember to like, share, and subscribe. See you on the next video.